Now, again, believe it or not, to look at me, you would never think in a million years that I am not a sweets guy. I do not eat sweets. I am a guy who would have a sausage and pepper sandwich with dessert way before I eat anything sweet. But I chose to make something a little sweet today. Making a no-bake ricotta cheesecake ball. I have recipes for everybody. Hopefully you'll go home and give it a try. And I'm telling you, it's as easy as anything you can think of to make. Very simple ingredients. So the recipe is very simple. It's a blend of cream cheese, which is almost impossible to get now, but we got the last couple things off the shelf at Publix. Ricotta, Galvani ricotta cheese. I add a little powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar. I add a little almond extract, and I add a little lemon zest. So that said, I'm going to start putting this together. So the cream cheese I've just sort of softened up a little bit. There it is. I'm going to add the ricotta. It's basically about a cup of each. About a cup, usually one stick of cream cheese is about a cup, and then another cup of ricotta cheese. So equal parts. Get that stuff sort of stirred up, mixed up. It's easier with a fork. We don't have any forks here, so I'm using a spoon that's, I could feel bending with every turn, but we'll be all right. So we'll mix that up a little bit. Now I'm going to add a little almond extract. I just love almond extract. I mean, frankly, you could actually, if you want to call this an amaretto cheesecake, you can. So just a few drops of that, maybe a half a teaspoon. I don't measure it. This is why I don't like cooking desserts, because I don't like to measure. My wife does all the baking in our house, and she's wonderful with a recipe. I don't ever want to look at a recipe when I'm cooking. I did what I could to develop something for you guys to follow along with the sheets. But I prefer cooking rustic Italian fare that I don't need to look at a recipe and measure things. So this is going to be about a tablespoon of powdered sugar. Tell me when I'm right. Is this right? About a tablespoon of confectioner's sugar. And then about a tablespoon of lemon zest. So got my little zester. Just snow and lemon zest all over the dish. That's about a tablespoon. There we go. Right? Is that about a tablespoon? All right. So you've got all your ingredients. You've got your ricotta cheese, your Galvani ricotta cheese. You've got your cream cheese. You've got your lemon zest. You've got your almond extract. You've got your confectioner's sugar. Now you're going to just a little elbow grease and just really stir this up nice. Try to make it as even as possible. Now, this was actually made out of desperation last week. I had some people over for the Super Bowl. I had gone through the trouble. I made Wagyu beef sliders. I made shrimp tacos. I made, I had the wings. I had 4 or 5 things, and I realized I made nothing sweet. So I always, as all of you should, had Galvani ricotta in my refrigerator. I had, as most people have in their fridge, cream cheese. I always have lemons. I always have almond extract, because my wife loves to bake. And I always have confectioner's sugar. So this was something that just sort of came together in my head. I just sort of put it together. All right, so how do you make this a cheesecake? You need some type of crust or some type of form, especially if you're not going to bake it. So what did I do? I had these in a basket, a Christmas basket, these little Amaretti cookie snaps. So I took these along with a cupful of almonds, put them in a food processor, and just pulsed them down to a nice sort of crust. Can you guys see that? All right. So I've got those all laid out. And then what you do, and your hands are going to get a little dirty here, and I did wash my hands, I promise. But I'm going to try to touch this as little as possible. There's no other way to do it. So you just basically take a little spoon and sort of drop in a little spoonful. 1, we'll do 2, we'll do 3. Now, typically, I'll actually roll these in my hands and drop them in, but I don't want to do that in front of you guys. I just thought it'd be a little off-putting. And then you just roll out as many as you want. I mean, a cup of these will usually make about 24 little cheesecake balls. And what I like to do on a plate is I'll put a little fruit puree. I just buy a bag of Publix frozen berries. I'll put them in a blender with some sugar and a little either lemon juice, or I like actually a little orange juice because it's a little added sweetness and not quite as sharp in acidity. Into a blender and just make a nice smooth sauce. You always strain it because you're always going to have seeds from the berries, even in a frozen berry bag. And then I just sliced up some strawberries, some blackberries, and some blueberries. Throw in some slivered almonds. What is that sound? All right, that's all right. They're having fun. Whoever this, hey, listen, you said my dog's on the show. We gotta have some kind of special effects. And so that's as simple as that. Just a simple little no-bake ricotta cheese ball. Very important, you put it in the fridge for a good 2 hours before you actually plate up. You want these to sort of firm up in the fridge. The cream cheese and the ricotta together will firm up in the fridge. So yeah, on a bigger plate, I would put 3 or 4 of these with a nice dollop or ladle full of the berry sauce. Just sort of sprinkle the assortment of fresh berries on there and some slivered almonds. And it just makes, and then if you really want to take it another level, a little powdered sugar dusted on top and maybe a mint leaf sprig. But it's just a great way to express and show the wonder of Galbani cheese. A very simple process to be able to make it home. And I invite you all to try it when you get home. If not today, very, very soon. All right? And that's it. So they're going to pass them all around. If anybody needs a recipe page, if you don't have it, we have them. I have my business cards up here. If you guys want to, I'm pimping myself out if you guys want something. You want me to come over and cook for you? It'll be my pleasure. My specialty is savory, though. I do amazing sauces and pasta dishes, fresh pasta. Check out the show. You'll see some of the things that I do. It's a great joy. And the actual mission of my show, Fats Where the Flavor's At, is to show how much fun it is and how much joy I get cooking for family and friends. And people ask me, what do I hope to attain from the show? My answer is always the same. I want to take one person who cooks because they have to and turn them into somebody who cooks because they really want to. For me to cook for family and friends is my greatest joy, and I invite you all to watch, and hopefully you'll see that joy, and hopefully it'll be infectious. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Kevin, give a little shout-out to the crowd. There they are. Galbani cheese in the house. Big hand. Thank you, Tone. I appreciate it very much. Got a little bit of a lull here in the tent. 4 o'clock, I'll be back to do a wine demo. You're all invited. Then there'll be another cooking demo from Chef Pasquale at 5 o'clock. Thanks so much for being here. God bless every one of you. Take care.